Today's Road to Glory, we are playing the first D tackle, and his name is Collateral Damage Badookie, standing at 7 foot 400 pounds. And yeah, many of you know I made the first DN in college football 25, but at all these schools coming out of high school, 5-star, absolutely wanted to be the next Aaron Donald. So let's get on this drip. The bottom, we're going with some Jordans, scrunch socks, and you know him, man. He's a big boy, but he wants to be little, so has it above his knees with one knee brace on, because I thought that was kind of drippy. But man, yeah, he got his stomach out, and that's also a flex too, to be a big guy and want to have your stomach out, man. That's a flex. You might not like the helmet, but man, I was spinning them around and I said something's missing. And yeah, it was the neck pad. Every Badookie will have a neck pad because they are absolutely incredible on that football field. But man, going into the first practice, I didn't even know what I was doing out there. I said, man, go get the steel point collateral damage. He absolutely did and said, I'm gonna go get the second one, but absolutely seen a double team and he was running around ring to Rosie and he absolutely got mad. And yeah, he failed the first one. But with the second rep in practice, I said, I'm going to hit him with a swim move. I can fail this one. Get the skill point and said, I'm going to go get that QB with bad intentions to get some skill points. But man, spin moving right past that when I got the skill point, ran past him and said, I'm going to get you, buddy. Almost running out of bounds. I dipped and ripped and got to that QB again with bad intentions. But going into the second drill, man, this was reading the blocks and absolutely going and getting that QB as I did so. But man, this low-key got kind of hard as I got stuck right there. And man, they had me guessing out there, but I made another big hit. But absolutely, with them kind of giving me that one, I ran into this one, and guess what? Phew! I went freaking flying, and I was absolutely upset with myself because I didn't get no points on that one. But on this last one, I had to make it the best one, and bam, I did so. But going into the first game of the season against Kent State, I pulled him, and man, me and my teammate got to that quarterback with bad intentions to start the game off, and yeah, they punted the ball back early. And on 2nd and 3, I ripped through that double team and wanted to slam him to the ground, but my teammate, man, he got in my way, but oh man, pull, and I absolutely go get that QB and said, I'm gonna eat up. But going into the next play on 1st and 10, I ripped through that double team, but he threw a die. Absolutely got too much of a gain. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go stop that QB from even throwing that ball with a sack. Oh man, collateral damage is causing damage in them trenches. But absolutely on 2nd and 21, he said, you get over here now. But my teammate will absolutely get him. But on 3rd and 9, I was bull rushing in them, and look at this, man, they're triple teaming me. So I said, I'm gonna run around and let my teammates have all the fun. But they absolutely kicked 3, and man, it's now 3-17, and it's time to go get that QB with another second. Man, collateral damage was eating up, and oh man, on 1st and 10, he's a run stuffer too, buddy. So I mean, hey, he's versatile. On 2nd and 13, almost having that safety, man, my teammate got him. But on 1st and 10, I went to go get him again and said, hey man, it's getting too easy. We going to win 41-3 with our first game and absolutely end the game off with 13 total tackles. Having a great first game, going into our next game against Cincinnati. I started off with a little tackle. He got a little too much of a game, but on 2nd and 20, I went to bam that quarterback and make sure I put my shoulder in his chest and made him say, But absolutely on 3rd and 29, this dude was doing all too much juking, and he was getting up that field, and I don't know what I was doing out there, but man, I'm absolutely hitting that QB. But on 1st and 10, man, they're starting to catch on to me. I think they're double teaming me every play, and I'm just getting pancaked after pancaked after pancake. I'm tired of getting on that ground, and you know what my coach calls it? He calls it getting sodomized, and I don't like that, but I'm throwing him to that ground, man. I said, it's time to go. I'm gonna go get that QB, absolutely throwing it and laying on him. 400 pounds laying on that little small QB like that, man, he's gonna be hurt. But absolutely on 2nd and 4, I said, I'm gonna go get him with my teammate with the assistant tackles, and I don't really like sharing sacks. That's just me, man, but absolutely sharing another sack. We going to win 53-0, not a too good game. He ends the game off for 10 total tackles and absolutely 3 sacks. Going into our next game against West Virginia, oh man, collateral damage Badookie with a tackle for loss to start the game off, and on 3rd and 27, absolutely got put to the ground. I don't like touching that ground, but we absolutely still made him put that ball back, and on 3rd and 6, guess what? I made him pay for me, put me on that ground. I did the Ray Lewis, absolutely, bam, I made him absolutely go for a negative 5-yard loss. But on 3rd and 9, overcommit on this play. They threw the screen and got too much, but I'm relentless, so I'm gonna go to that ball regardless. But on 2nd and 9, man, I'm plunging that hole every time, and on 3rd and 14, I'm coming through. You better get out the way. But man, me and my teammate missed that sack right there, and this QB is unbelievable. He broke about 3 tackles, so I said, bam, I'll try to clean his clock, but absolutely ran out of bounds and made them kick 3, and they missed it. But on 1st and 10, I said, I'm gonna go get him. You running from me all day, but he still completed that pass somehow, some way. But on 1st and 2, I said, I'm gonna plunge that hole, and you're not gonna get a first down. On 2nd and 1, I missed him. Man, I let my teammate have all the glory. But on 3rd and 1, I tried to get him again, but man, they will absolutely kick 3 again. We're not letting you score, but absolutely getting blocked. I thought the running back had the ball, but the QB broke my tackle again. Bam! I absolutely scooped and duped him and put him on the ground and put him in the dirt. But on 2nd and 12, I said, I'm gonna go get him. But on 2nd and 2, guess what? I'm gonna meet you in the hole all night, because I'm here. But on 3rd and 17, I said, I'm gonna dip and rip, and you better not run, because I'm coming every play. But on 4th and 15, I absolutely hit him so hard that we were going to win the ball game, 20-6. He absolutely ended the game off with 16 total tackles, 8 assisted tackles, 8 solos, and 9 tackle for loss. That boy get National Player of the Week. Going into our next game against the FCS school, I'm gonna go get a sack first play of the game, because you know what we call these boys? Lesser man. But absolutely on 3rd and 19, I said, I'm gonna go get him again. Absolutely put my shoulder in his chest and said, I'm gonna hurt him. Made them punt the ball early. And on 1st and 10, man, this running back thought he was getting somewhere and absolutely weaved me. But on 1st and 10, I said, bam, do it this time, because I'm gonna hit you before you can even get started. And yeah, I know that has to hurt. And guess what? I know what else hurts. 400 pounds laying on you. Yeah, but absolutely slip and fall on the ground. Get back up and get a sack. And I said, I'm gonna wipe myself off, because I'm clean, and them white jerseys y'all got on are getting real dirty. But on 3rd and 18, we deflect that ball. But on 3rd and 10, I split that double team, and me and number 4 is having a heck of a season, man. But absolutely spin move. Oh, spin move and left him in the dirt. I absolutely jumped in the air when I could have just absolutely ran and got that sack. But on 1st and 10, I said, you know what? They want to double team me, so I'm just going to wait for you to come. Bam! Lower my shoulder in here. I'm going to hurt you, QB. You want to double team me? I'll wait for him, because I know he's going to try to scramble thinking it's not a spy when I'm the spy. But on 2nd and 2, I said, let's go get another sack, and we going to win 45-7. He ends the game off with 12 total tackles and 4 sacks. But after winning 4 games straight, the University of North Carolina has always been a school that Collateral Damage wanted to go to, but he just didn't like the coaches. So you know what? He was absolutely going to take it out on him. And on 3rd and 18, oh man, spin move. You do not see no nose guard in college football doing that right now. Number 93 Collateral Damage is, but absolutely waiting for that quarterback to roll out. I went and go get, they basically called that a sack, but absolutely made them punt that ball. And on 3rd and 1, and said, I'm going to go get another one and get up and say, you're strapped like a DB would do. But man, on 1st and 10, I said, I'm going to go get him. Absolutely throwing that ball. He almost threw an interception. But on 3rd and 4, I said, you get over here, man. That was the slowest run play I ever seen in my life. And absolutely put him to the ground. And I'm just clapping, man. I'm having assisted sacks. I'm having tackle for losses. I'm just doing me. But on 2nd and 10, I absolutely dip and rip and absolutely put that shoulder in him and do the Michael Jackson. But man, I'm having fun. We win 42-0. He ends the game off with absolutely 8 total tackles, 4 sacks. And man, would you just look at this? All D-Linemen are on the charts for Heisman, but I'm going to win it. Going into our next game against Cal. Bam! That's how you lower your shoulder in that backfield and tell that dude that I'm here. But on 1st and 10, they had a read option. And this QB, you're not safe. You got too much of a gain. So I said, you know what? I'm going to hit you when you don't even have the ball. Because you know what? I'm trying to hurt you. Absolutely. You shouldn't have did that. But on 3rd and 9, man, I clubbed over, ripped, and made sure I could try and get that ball. But man, I just didn't scoop it up. But they will absolutely punt the ball back. It's 14-0. And bam, I'm going to have this running back hurting. He's going to have a headache by the end of this game. But on 3rd and 2, I made sure they didn't get the first down. And absolutely on 3rd and 23, he keeps backing up in this end zone. So guess what? I'm going to go get him. But he absolutely threw the ball, man. I absolutely didn't take the right angle. That's on me, man. But on 2nd and 10, I go get an assisted sack. And on 3rd and 23, guess what? He's running for me. But you can't run for long, because I'm going to go get you. I'm going to go get you. But absolutely getting an interception. Oh, man, you've never seen a nose tackle getting an interception and taking that thing the way for 6. And man, I'm just celebrating with my teammates, man, because I'm fired up. But on 1st and 10, he's trying to run from me, but you can't run from this. Collateral damage, baby. And this right here is going to hurt when it hits you. It's like a load coming through. But man, on 2nd and 25, we almost came away with an interception. But on 2nd and 6, I said, I'm going to go get another sack, because I'm having a field day out here. This dip and rip, I'm absolutely having this number 74 on his toes. He's crying. He's absolutely shaking every time that I come through, because I'm telling you, all I have to do is dip and rip, man. It's not that hard. hard, but man, I'm going to go get a sack as well. I got an interception, a sack, and I had a great game, 46-0, and we didn't let them boys score on us. I get player of the game with 7 total tackles, 5 sacks, and 1 defensive TD. Yeah, on to our next game against Syracuse. This was on me right here, man. I didn't maintain my gap, but I made up for it by getting a part of that tackle. But on 3rd and 12, I went to hit that QB with bad intentions, man. I got up ready to steal off on that dude, man. I was just mad. I was just angry this game, but absolutely making them fumble. Guess what? My teammate will get on that ball and take it for 6, but there was a holding call, so guess what? All we're gonna do is decline it and take the touchdown. Let's get it. But on 1st and 10, man, I read that thing before it even started. I slanted at an angle and got the tackle for loss. But on 3rd and 12, man, we're all getting that sack on that QB, man. That's 3 hitting you, and yeah, you can't even get up, man. Get up. But man, on 1st and 10, I said, I'm gonna go get this QB again. But on 3rd and 7, dipping and ripping inside, man, this dude is unstoppable. I mean, hey, he might be better than you, Aaron Donald. But bam, oh man, laying that boom stuff in that run is incredible too. But man, this is what you call absolutely sodomized, laid on. That is not acceptable if you're a Badookie. But man, being there at the right time, picking that ball up, look at that speed, that collateral damage, 7 foot, 400, running that ball, putting the crown on his head. Man, this boy is the king. We're going to win 24-0 with another blowout, and he is the game off for 8 total tackles. On into our next game against SMU. I'm not here to play absolutely spin moving and go and get a sack. That boy is relentless. Oh man, scooping and duping. What D-tackle do you know is doing this in college football? I don't know. But on 3rd and 11, they finally convert, and man, I absolutely spin moved the wrong way, and this running back will get outside. Boy, he was moving, but guess what? He wasn't moving like collateral damage. I hawked him down. But on 1st and goal, man, they running that ball as hard as they can, but collateral damage is still coming. That's what I'm talking about. Stay relentless all game, but shifting a little too late, getting laid off of that ball, guess what? They will go down and score. But on 1st and 10, man, I had him on the angle. I was trying to clean his clock with my shoulder, but absolutely missed him. But on 3rd and goal, they will go down and score again. It's 14-14. I'm getting strapped up, and man, it's like they're throwing dots. But on 2nd and goal, I say, hey, man, this has to stop, but I get pancaked, and guess what? They score again. It's 21-14. Bam! I meet him in that hole and absolutely hurt him. But on 2nd and 1, I got absolutely fooled. I thought the running back had the ball. But on 3rd and 1, guess what? I read it like a book, scooped and dip and put him in that dirt where he belongs. And on 1st and goal, we deflect that ball, and guess what? They will score. They took me out of the game somehow, and we are now going into overtime, and they will absolutely get the ball first. So it's 38-38, 1st and 10. They drive down early with a little curl route. I said that was weak. But on 3rd and 4, they will go in and score. But guess what? We go down and we score, and guess what? We stop them on this 4th down right here and get this game over with. We're going to win 53-45, and he ends the game off with 6 total tackles and only 1 sack. Not a too good game for him. Man, after all the winning we've been doing, man, we are now ranked number 13. We are 9-0, and I mean, guess what? With collateral damage, you should be. I mean, he's absolutely causing damage in that trenches. I mean, that dang, Drew, get it together. He's absolutely causing damage in them trenches is what I said. But absolutely getting another sack on 3rd and 18. He said he's going to stay relentless all game and go get another one with his teammate. And on 2nd and 13, guess what? I want another sack. And just look at that, man. He already has 31 career sacks as a freshman. Fresh meat is what he's supposed to be, carrying all these other players' shoulder pads. But no, he has his seniors carrying his shoulder pads around to practice. Yeah, he's just that guy. But absolutely getting another sack, man. He's unbelievable. But on 3rd and 16, reading the screen like a book, he absolutely was on it. But on 1st and 10, bam, making him fumble that ball. My teammate will pick it up, but he can't get missing. But on 1st and 10, I said, I'm going to go get him. Let's go get this safety. But I get pancaked and my teammates get him. We going to win 42-0. He gets player of the game with 5 tackles and 6 sacks. Man, with Clemson coming to our house and them being ranked, I kind of felt disrespected. But absolutely on 1st and 10, I was getting double team, split the double team, and went to hit the QB for a hurry. But man, on 2nd and 2, guess what? I said, I'm going to go get him in, and man, he broke my tackle and was driving down that field. I said, you know what? You shouldn't have did that one there, buddy, because you're going to hurt for the rest of the game, you little QB. It's 400 pounds coming to lay on you, buddy. Yep, lay it all over you. But they will absolutely kick 3, and guess what? They missed it. No good. Doing is what it said on the rim, but absolutely went and got another second on 3rd and 17. That is a push-pull and way to hit him in that backfield. Man, he looks like me out there. But absolutely on 1st and 10, he gets a strip sack, but we will not get on that ball. But on 1st and 10, guess what? You're not running from me. I'm going to scoop and dupe you and put you in the dirt. But on 3rd and 4, I was on a double team and it turned into a one-man, but they were absolutely scoring the back of the end zone. It's 7-14, and man, they are a little too close in this game. So I said, I'm going to go get them, made them fumble that ball, and we got a safety. But we're going to win 28-7. He ends the game off with 5 total tackles and 5 sacks. On to our next game against Louisville. Man, I was getting double team early on, and my teammates was having the fun to start the game off this game. But on 3rd and 15, I'm the one that comes and get us off of that field. But I'm not going to lie, this quarterback was looking like Lamar, but he still didn't get the first down. They punted us the ball right back, but I missed a tackle in the backfield. I wasn't being technically sound early on in this game, but I went to go get a sack. But on 1st and 10, dipping and ripping and absolutely getting to that QB, I knew you see that burst of speed come out of nowhere. But on 2nd and 17, that is a tackle for loss. And on 1st and 10, guess what? I will meet him back there and throw him to that ground. But on 2nd and 10, man, I'm getting double teamed, but I'm going to burst through like the end of the bags, as my coach say. We do 1 foot, 2 foot, we do lateral, and we're going to make sure we burst through at the end of those bags. But on 3rd and 8, man, I split into double teams, and my teammates out there deflecting balls, but I get put on the bench after we just absolutely destroyed them. It's 41-7 now. I'm just watching, sitting on the bench as we still gave up a lot of points. I don't know why they took us out the game if we were going to let up 21 with the 3rd string in, but I get player of the game with 7 total tackles and 5 sacks. Man, going into our next game against Boston College, these boys look like they were fired up to go into this game, and I'm not going to lie, it's snowing out there, and this is going to be a fun one, man. They over here touching the eagle that they have going on, and we're just here to play football, fellas. Hey, these Pittsburgh boys are ready to come to play, but Boston College looks like they are ready to play too. They are ready to give us our first loss is what they said. But guess what? You're going to have to put us down, buddy. One way or another, you're not going to beat us because guess what? Bam, I'm going to start the game early off in that backfield. You hear me? 2nd and 12, I'm getting to that running back with bad intentions. But man, they ran a no huddle. They're trying to get down the field. So I said, you know what? Hike the ball. I'm ready, and my stance ready. You know what I'm saying? They double teaming me, man. We blocking punch out there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely laying that boom out there. We're blocking punch, laying the boom, and absolutely letting them complete passes. That's unacceptable. But on 2nd and 10, you know what? I'm going to get them in that backfield and roll them down. But on 3rd and 9, I was trying to dip and rip. I absolutely will get it. And man, he ran outside of me, but that is not my fault. That is the defensive end. He didn't have outside containment. But these boys will go ahead and kick 3, and somehow, some way he made it. I think it boinged back inside or something. I don't know how he made that, but QB's running from me. I told him to get over here. But on 3rd and 7, I said, we're going to all go get him. That's all of our sacks. How about that one? But on 1st and 10, you're not going anywhere. I might drill you, but you might just be up the field a little too much, but I still going to hit you. Bam, laying the QB out. He's going to feel that. Number 1, you might not want to ever run the ball again if you don't want to get hurt, but absolutely staying relentless and going to get that ball. Oh man, I dipped and ripping. 2nd and 16, another sack. 2nd and 11, I'm coming, and boy, I dove. I wanted that thing so bad. Coach said, always one thing, you leave your feet at the right time. Bam, if you want that sack. And look, he did so, but he didn't get it. But man, look at him. He's going to go get him. He's going to go get him. Laying that boom. He's rocking him 22-3. I said, I want another one. And man, he is relentless. We're going to win 29-3. He will absolutely get player of the game with 8 total tackles, 5 sacks. And guess what, man? We got invited to play in the ACC Championship against Stanford. Going into the ACC Conference Championship. It's kind of sad. Yeah, I know I said it. We haven't lost a game yet because, man, if we ever lose a game, man, this is going to be the worst feeling of our life. We haven't felt it before yet, man. But absolutely going into our next game against Stanford, we were absolutely rallying to that ball. We were going to make sure that doesn't happen. So they punt us the ball back. On 3rd and 6, I would dip and rip around that corner, make him fumble that ball, but my teammate will pick that ball up in number 43. He could, and he would go all the way the distance. And man, just look at Collateral Damage Badookie as he get on that ball. Oh man, bam. Oh, wow. I missed him there. I thought it was going to be Oklahoma heads up 1-on-1, but no, he went right past me and got the first down. But guess what, fellas? On 2nd and 2, I will dip and rip and get outside, make him fumble again. Guess what? He wanted to pick it up. I said, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to go get you too, buddy. That's 2 tackles in one play. No one's ever did it before. Collateral Damage did, but absolutely on 3rd and 14, absolutely hitting him with the hurry, made him fumble the air kicking from the logo. I don't even know how they're making that. We need to recruit that kicker there. We need to recruit him, man. If he's he's kicking from the logo like that, we need him. But on 2nd and 2, man, I absolutely is just on this quarterback's tail all night. On 3rd and 2, he can't run anywhere, man, and that's the saddest thing in the world. I mean, on 2nd and 9, I mean, you just got to deal with it, buddy. It's not my fault your O-line is just weaker than me. But man, dang, they threw me to the O-line after talking so much. We will intercept that ball, but guess what? We're up 33-3 in the ACC Championship game. This is not even fair. I really think it's rigged. I mean, hey, man, I don't even know why you all are even here. I'm not saying it's rigged as in like we should have won, but it's just rigged. I don't even know why they're here. But absolutely, in the game off a player of the game, and we win the ACC Conference Championship, and man, buddy, we are headed to the college football playoffs. Absolutely. Look at the bracket. I mean, if we win, we are going to play Tennessee or Notre Dame. But guess what? We got to focus on this game. Hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. I didn't even recognize that we are playing Stanford again. We are giving these folks another chance to stand a chance with us in the college football playoffs. Do you all really think they are going to stand another chance after we just whoop them like that? No, they are not. But we're going to whoop them again just for fun. But man, the time has finally come. We have gotten all the way to the college football playoffs, and we are going against Stanford, man. They absolutely came out like they were here not to play. I looked, was kind of scared. I'm not going to lie. I had the jeers in my stomach and was getting double teamed early on, and I didn't really like that. So on 2nd and 7, man, they were double teaming me again, and guess what? He put it on our head top. I think Stanford's coming to play this game, fellas, but on 3rd and 2, he will hit it outside, and I made sure to get there as quick as I could, but absolutely, with them kicking 3 early on to take the lead, I didn't really like that, but bam, me and him in that backfield, I made sure to lower my shoulder in his chest. But on 2nd and 11, I'm not going to lie, this number 26 hit the outside. He looks like Saquon Barkley, how fast he was moving out there, but that boy was moving, but absolutely getting blocked up again. I'm not going to lie, these boys is just absolutely just going, man. He said they're going to put us to sleep and all kinds of things, but on 1st and 10, I said, I'm not going to give up. Oh, man, I missed angled the quarterback. Usually, I would just make that sack right there, but I don't know how I missed angle of him. But on 1st and 10, I'm absolutely getting blocked all the way to the deep thirds. That is unacceptable, man. But absolutely, him almost getting in for 6. We will hold him to 3 at least. It's 13-3. That was better than 6. And he absolutely is juking and weaving, hurling over people and taking it for the first down. But on 3rd and 10, I said I'm going to be relentless like we're doing pursuit at practice. I could and I would go get a tackle. Oh, man, on 2nd and goal, they running right up the middle for another touchdown. I'm laid off of the ball. I think I'm fatigued. It's 20-10, and these boys are just trying to run it up on us. But on 3rd and 4, they will go. No, sir. We didn't let them go for that. We will make them kick 3. But absolutely on 2nd and 4, he absolutely hit it outside, and this number 26, he just goes all the way for 6. We go on and lose to Stanford 30-20. In the bracket, Utah takes home the national championship. But guess what, man? On the brighter side, we were ACC champions. We absolutely got player of the year for Collateral Damage Badookie. Absolutely got Heisman, and he got the best defensive player of the year. But this right here is the end of Collateral Damage freshman season. Drop in the comments down below if he had a monstrous season, and I think he's going to come back for round 2 with Pittsburgh. With Collateral Damage and Pitt absolutely losing the first round of the playoffs, we had to get revenge and absolutely letting Utah win it all. We were still ACC champions, but we just didn't do it all the way to be national. He absolutely got player of the year, Heisman as a freshman. I mean, best defensive player and doing it as a D tackle, man. The schedule that we got this year is cake, man. We're going to blow all of these teams out. NC State, Stanford, Georgia Tech, Louisville, Florida State, North Carolina, Miami, Notre Dame, Boston College. Let's get into this first practice. But absolutely coming out here and being a little veteran now. I mean, I'm a sophomore, man. I got a lot of playing time, touch the field, got my feet wet. Bam! Now it's time to go out there and show these kids who Collateral Damage Badookie is. So absolutely getting off of that, he said, let me go get some more skill points in. Now, I absolutely was taking too long. But I said, I'm still going to get that quarterback and knock him out. But absolutely doing the footwork drill. I'm going to show y'all that I have better footwork than Aaron Donald. I got kind of shaken up there, you know. The bag tricked me. It got me. Yeah, it got me. But absolutely saying I'm going to go through it this time and bam them. We're ready for that first game. We went to our first game against Central Michigan. I dipped in whip and said I'm going to get to that QB early on in the game. And man, I was fired up. And that's how you get them boys to punt the ball early on. Bam! In the game. That's how you meet them in that backfield and say, you're mine all game. I promise you that. Beep, 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 beep. Oh man, hit him with a spin move. That was better than Aaron Donald. As I go get the sack and slime my nose goes out. Boom! I hit him again behind the line of scrimmage, and I'm not playing with them. On 3rd and 1, I said, I'm going to go get him. I'm going to go get him. So on 2nd and 11, and I absolutely ran it and intercepted the ball. What D-tackle nose guard you know intercepting that ball like that and going up and saying, oh, I'm going to bring the goal down. But on 2nd and 18, I said, I'm going to go get him. I'm going to go get him with another sack. Oh, man, I'm not here to play. I'm club over ripping and saying I'm going to get to that QB, absolutely diving on the pow. But on 4th and 15, they punt the ball again. And on 2nd and 10, I made him fumble that ball. He lucky I didn't get on it, but my teammate Will, and man, he just couldn't go in. But on 1st and 10, I'm just absolutely creating turnovers out here. They fumble that ball, and guess who picks it up? Collateral Damage Badookie. He will go all the way for 6 and said, y'all know what time it is. But man, absolutely thinking I'm going to have him in the backfield. My teammate got that one. And on 1st and 10, I'm absolutely getting double teamed. Maybe they think they caught on to me, but you're not going to catch on to me because I'm going to keep coming all night. But absolutely on 2nd and 24, I hit him with a dip and rip and said, let's get another sack. And oh man, we're going insane out there, splitting double teams and saying we're going to go get them all night. Absolutely winning 52-0. That's what I'm talking about. He goes on to get player of the game with 6 total tackles, 7 sacks, and 2 defensive TDs. Oh, you thought that was it? He get National Defensive Player of the Week. But man, it's a great first game back. We're going into our next game against West Virginia, and we start that thing off with a safety. Let's go. Absolutely on 1st and 10, I hit a club over rip and got a sack and said, yes, sir. Hey, you're a great blocker, but man, you just can't stick me. But absolutely on 3rd and 10, I said, I'm going to go get another one. I'm not here to play with these boys, making them punt that ball back. Since the offense can't get points, we're going to go keep getting points, absolutely. But I couldn't get to him, so we got the bam sack as I hit him in that backfield. But on 3rd and 13, I'm dipping and ripping. This guard needs to be replaced, and I missed a sack. That's on me, coach. But absolutely having these boys punt the ball back again on 1st and 10, I said, I'm coming. He absolutely throws a dot, and man, they get all the way down that field. So I said, you're going to have to pay for that. You're going to have to pay for that. So you know what? I'm coming. Absolutely got a sack. And oh man, look at them. They tried to double team me at first. They didn't know what to do, so I still came and got him and absolutely dove on that ball. And then I'm over here showboating like I'm Dion. And I said, hey man, it's already 10 sacks on the season, and it's only the 2nd game. This is finna get incredible. But man, dipping and ripping and saying I'm gonna go get him. My teammate went to get him. But on 3rd and 7, I dipped in. Man, that's my favorite move there, man. Hey man, look, giving my teammate all the glory. Calm down. Calm down. I'm absolutely forcing fumbles for my teammates out there to get some glory as they fall on that ball with another sack. But on 2nd and 9, I said I'm going to split that double team, and we're going to go get them together, my boy. Hey, we're having fun out here. And I mean, it's absolutely 26-0. Who wouldn't have fun? But man, he's absolutely going to be sore after this game. He needs to go get an ice bath and some ice patches on his body. But man, another sack, and I said, hey, let's run that back one more time. So on 1st and 10, I said I'm going to split the double team, and hey, he threw the check down, y'all. He threw the check down. Can you believe it? I mean, hey, you're losing 29-0 and you're throwing checkdowns, but I fell on my neck, and this right here could have been a career-ending injury, but guess what? I got back up. Absolutely did so, and on 1st and 10, I said I'm going to go get him as he throw the ball nowhere. And on 1st and 10, I said I want to continue this blowout, so I absolutely bimmed him for the sack and said, shh, this is our game. We go on to win 43-0, absolutely, and we get player of the game with 8 total tackles and 10 sacks. But man, after a great game last week, seeing this thing run up to my screen like that, oh, they deserve a butt whooping. Absolutely said, I'm going to go get a sack early on, and you're not going to have anything. I don't know what in the world you were thinking by bringing that thing on my screen. I'm going to show you better. Yeah, absolutely had a safety. Oh, we going to get the safety. We did so on 2nd and 22, absolutely meeting him in that backfield for a tackle for loss. That was awesome. But on 3rd and 26, I said, I'm going to go get him again and say, woo! What you fighting with my teammate for, buddy? I'm the one that hit you. Don't fight with my teammate. You fight with me if you want to fight with someone. But on 3rd and 7, I said, I'm going to die for you, and I got him. He absolutely punched the ball back. It's only 2-0. You would think it's about 30-0 the way this defense is out here playing. We're not going to let anyone score on us this year. I mean, that's absolutely that's the goal. But man, on 3rd and 3, I'm absolutely getting blocked up. He's a lesser man. He shouldn't be blocking me, and I still make the tackle. But on 2nd and 13, that right there showed you that he is a lesser man as I go go get another sack, and on 1st and 10, guess what? His inside is vulnerable for me to take every time because he's just giving it up. He's just giving it up, and I absolutely spin move right into the play in the backfield. That's another tackle for loss. But on 3rd and 6, they were double teaming me. I was just throwing both of them, but then I fell and tripped up, and my teammates went to go get the safety. But bam! Cleaning his clock in that middle. I said, you know who I am. But on 1st and 10, they absolutely did not complete a pass. And on 1st and 10, guess what? I'm in that backfield all night. You will never complete a pass with collateral damage on that field. Absolutely, with the second man got up like the man. Hey, man, we going to win 28-0. We are blowing these teams out. Absolutely. I get player of the game with 10 total tackles and 5 sacks. But going into our next game against NC State, this stadium pulse was out the roof. And guess what? We're at home, baby. I should have expected that one after all the winning we've been doing. We're absolutely ranked number 2. But absolutely on 1st and 10, they had this sweep play. But I said, hey, buddy, you're not going anywhere. You just got a couple yards there. You was just doing a whole lot of running for nothing. But absolutely getting a sack with my teammate in the backfield, that's a way to start the game off. And on 2nd and 13, man, I dove and missed him. That was just sad, man. But as many times as I tried to stay on my feet, man, they finally threw me down. They had about 4 chances, but I just said, man, let me just go down. Let me let him have that one, but got a sack the next time. But on 2nd and 9, look, he was trying to run for me. I missed him. He absolutely got outside of me and got a couple for a gain. But absolutely on 1st and 10, I'm not going to give up. I'm relentless to that ball. I'm going to get assisted tackle with that one there. On 2nd and 2, I'm going to get him in that backfield and take him 2 more yards back. I mean, hey, man, I'm 300 pounds. You're like $150. But man, he throws it down on the sideline, and I said, you know what? Y'all want to keep no huddling? I'm going to keep coming each and every time. On 1st and 10, I said, come on, man, get off that ball. But man, I was getting tired, and these boys just kept no huddling. I don't know what was going on out there. Look at that, man. He absolutely is getting the first down. They're getting the best of us. And I mean, if hurry up defense is what you got to do, then that's what you got to do to beat us. But man, it's not going to work, because guess what? I'm going to still go out there and make tackles and then hold you all to 3. You did all of that no huddling just to get 3. Literally. But on 1st and 10, I said, you know what? Bam, I'm going to make you pay for that. You shouldn't have did that, buddy. You know how tired I was on that field? Man, I had a long night last night. And you going to come out here and no huddle me. Guess what? You lost 27-9. We go on to win. He gets 12 total tackles. But as you all remember, as we first beat Stanford the first time, they came back in the round 1 of the playoffs and beat us to put us out. So guess what? Going into this next game, this was personal, as Coach Prom would say. I'm absolutely here for my revenge. Let's look at the replay as I clubbed over, ripped, and got the sack on the QB early on. On 3rd and 12, I said, hey, man, you got lucky right there. He's lucky I didn't have the right angle on him, because I was taking him out. Oh, my. Absolutely scooped and duped him and absolutely put him in that dirt. But on 3rd and 11, I was absolutely getting double teamed, and my teammates said they're going to go get the sack, and we're just going to make these kids punt every time. I promise you, we're going to blow them out. We're going to blow them out. I want revenge. And on 3rd and 10, guess what? You shouldn't run back in the pocket, son. That's what they teach you. Step up in that pocket and go. Yeah, if you don't got it, you don't got it. But on 1st and 10, bam, that's how you lay it in that backfield. Put your shoulder to his chest and make him say, yeah, that's what you want to hear. But on 3rd and 14, oh yeah, made them fumble that ball, but they get back on it. And man, I'm feeling like a champion out here. I said, what was that? What was that? We're at your all house now. You beat us last year in the round 1. We're at your house and you all aren't doing anything. But on 2nd and 12, oh man, I'm coming. You better throw that ball. So he throws it and they get a little completion, whatever. But on 2nd and 10, I said that next play, my teammate's going to have you. And I just absolutely threw you to the ground. But man, I'm coming to get him and absolutely threw him down. And man, that's what you want. The QB's out of the game. He's already tired. He's tired of getting hit. That number 93 is a problem. And he's on you all night. I will be, you know what I'm saying? I'll be tired too. But on 3rd and 11, look at him. He's like, oh man, he's coming again. This time we made him fumble. He's lucky I didn't get on that ball. But on 1st and 10, bam, me and that running back in the backfield. I said, hey man, I know it hurts. I know it hurts to lose. But guess what, buddy? You got to deal with it, man. You took us out. We were supposed to be national champions after we beat you all. But man, after it being a holding call, I still got the sack. We go on and win the ball game. Put them boys out. Got player of the game with 8 total tackles and 7 sacks. But man, I don't think we're going to be stopped. Going into our next game against Georgia Tech, I'm not going to lie. They start off with a great pass early on. I like that. Absolutely liked it for them. But guess what? I stopped them the next play, and then on 2nd and 11, they threw a tunnel screen. Not going to lie. That was kind of beautiful. I give it to them there. They got some nice plays in their bag, but man, I was going to pick that ball off and take it back for 6. I could tell you that much. But on 3rd and 10, I wasn't going to give up. I stayed relentless and got the tackle. Hey, man, that's what happens. Some people just give up on plays because they're lazy, but guess what? If you're a part of this Badookie family, family, you will never be lazy. And on 3rd and 8, oh man, I could have had that sack, but man, I just tried to fall on top of him. But on 3rd and 20, I was coming, yes sir, with my teammate, and we absolutely took him down. And on 2nd and 6, I tried a spin move. It was rejected, but guess what? Still got the sack on the QB, because what is he rolling out of the pocket for like he's a running QB? Son, you suck. But on 1st and 10, absolutely throwing him out of my way and trying to get the QB, my teammate got to him before me. I'm not having a so good game, but I'm absolutely out there still making plays. And on 3rd and 12, I mean, hey man, every game's not going to be the way you want it to be, but guess what? If we're winning that ball game, it doesn't matter as I go get a sack. And on 1st and 10, I want to meet him in that backfield and I will throw him to the ground, even though I should have put him backwards because I gave him a little forward progress, but it's all right. They get the first down a little bit. Bam! Oh man, I came out of nowhere. But on 1st and 10, I said I want a sack, made him fumble that ball, and my teammate jumped on that ball. We going to win 30-0. Yep. Get us the donuts. Absolutely in the game off 11 total tackles, 7 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. Being ranked the #1 seed, we're going to have teams absolutely come out here and treat us like we are their Super Bowl. But absolutely making a big play early on. I wasn't here to play. And on 3rd and 6, I got this my second time getting thrown to the ground. Hey, man, I done told Collateral Damage Badookie about this, man. You can't be getting thrown to the ground if you're a Badookie. I mean, it's just unacceptable, my man. But absolutely, they get a pretty big gain, man. And that's unacceptable too. But on 2nd and 8, I said, man, I could have had the sack, but I tripped over my feet. Man, I could have had him, but bam, I go get him that next time and got up and said, ha, 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 I got him. But on 2nd and 17, I tried to hit a spin move on him, but man, he was just running. This dude right here was the next Lamar Jackson. I mean, hey, man, this dude is fast. But seeing that pulled, I just absolutely burst straight to that backfield. But hitting a spin move with it working that time, I got a sack and played the guitar on these kids, and they absolutely punted back. It's only 10-0. I'm getting double teamed, but guess what? I'm still a part of that play. But guess what? The next play, I'm going to go get him and make a hurry. And with him throwing that ball away. But on 3rd and 8, I said, guess what, man? Stop tackling him before I get to him. I'm trying to get some of that too. But on 1st and 10, I got him myself this time, making him fumble that ball. And my teammate picking that ball up while he been that corner, and he could. And he would go for a 6. But absolutely on 3rd and 2, I said, no, sir, you're not throwing that ball anywhere. You're mine. But on 1st and 10, I dipped and ripped and came. He didn't even see me. I hit him, and he absolutely had my teammates there waiting for him, hitting him as well. But man, making him fumble that ball, I said, dang, I could have got on that as well. But on 2nd and 5, I hit him with a club over rip and said, where are you going? Nowhere. As I absolutely made him fumble again, my teammate picking that ball up. We going to win another game, 37-0, and he ends the game off with 11 total tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. But going into our next game against Florida State, it always starts on 3rd down, because guess what? We gonna go get off that field early on and make them boys put that ball back. But on 1st and 10, give me them in that backfield. I get a safety to start this game off. Oh man, on 3rd and 13, that's how you stay relentless on the dip and rip. If it don't work the first time, you keep trying. But on 3rd and 5, they throw a screenplay, and I mean, man, that's so weak. Next time, I'm going to intercept it and take it for 6. I promise you that one. But absolutely, laying on him and telling him that, hey, I should have did you worse. But he was scared of me when he see me over top of him like that. He said, hey, man, I'm sorry. And then, man, shut up. Absolutely said, I'm angry, and I'm going to come every... Sorry, y'all. He made me so mad, man. The way that he looked at me and said sorry. I mean, do you know who Collateral Damage Badookie is, man? You must not know. But absolutely, on 1st and 10, I'm absolutely still out there dipping and ripping, throwing people on that ground. It's now 39-0. I'm going to be getting subbed out of this game in a second. But on 1st and 10, I'm still dipping and ripping, getting another sack. And man, I'm just winding him up. Absolutely on 3rd, I don't even know what play that was, but I laid the beam on them. But on 3rd and 8, man, they're absolutely just rolling out of that pocket, doing nothing. I get put on the bench. It's 42-6, and not what you call a blowout. We blow them out 42-6. I get player of the game with 9 total tackles and 5 sacks. Going into our next game against the University of North Carolina, you know how I feel about North Carolina. This was one of my dream schools as well, but it just didn't play in the role of what I wanted to do because I didn't like the coaches. But on 2nd and 5, guess what? I said I want him, and I didn't get him, but my teammates will get him. But on 1st and 10, he absolutely had a sweep play, and I was a part of that play there. And on 2nd and 10, I hit a dip and rip. This running back just sitting there, not blocking anyways. My teammate hit him. I threw him. I said, what you trying to do about it, boy? I'm ready to scrap out something. What you trying to do? But on 3rd and 15, I went to go be a part of that sack, and oh man, I'm going to read that screen like a book. I told them boys to stop running screens on Collateral Damage Badookie as he will don't take it all the way for a 6 and say it's in my blood. He couldn't even point at his arm because he's a little big, but hey, man, he pointed at his thigh. You knew what he meant. But on 3rd and 15, he would absolutely get a sack. He was going ballistic this game. Made them punt the ball back. Sorry. Oh, man, did you see that spin move there? That was incredible. And he said, let's go. But on 2nd and 17, he hit a dip and rip. I told you that inside is vulnerable. They always jump step to the wrong gap, and I'm just taking over every time. That's on me right there. I took the inside, and they ran it right through my gap. My gap is to maintain that B gap. Boom! Oh, man, I thought I was supposed to boom him in that backfield to lead it to 4th down, but he absolutely broke my tackle and got a 1st down. But on 2nd and 10, my teammate absolutely cleaned his clock. But on 3rd and 4, I spin, and that is why you don't spin in a run game. My coach should have put me on the bench for that. You never spin in the run game. But I hit him. He absolutely caught the ball, and my teammate was right there to clean him up. But on 1st and 10, I spinned again, and man, I'm having a field day on this guard. Just look at him. Oh, man, I almost hit him with a push-pull and put him on the ground. But on 2nd and 8, too, yeah, they didn't get nothing. But on 3rd and 8, I'm bull rushing him till I said, get on that ground. Boy, coach took me out of the game and said, stop doing them like that. But I'm not going to lie. Coach took me out of the game, and they started to come back. I should have came back in the game. We almost lost that one. It was 24-21. Hey, man, that was a close one, coach. I get player of the game with 6 total tackles and 6 sacks and 1 defensive TD. But, man, after winning game after game after game, we are going into our next game, and we are absolutely going to come out here intense. And I don't know if you all seen it on our face, but we are absolutely fired up to knock Miami off. But going into the first play on 1st and 10, I absolutely dipped and ripped from that nose guard position, missed him, and man, he threw a dot across that sideline, and my teammate hit him out. But on 1st and 10, I got him in that backfield, and I said that time I got him. You're not going to get away from me, buddy. But on 2nd and 11, my teammate got him, and I just threw him to the ground because you're not just on my level. I'm sorry to tell you that. But on 3rd and 20, I was dipping and ripping, and he absolutely took that ball and slid. But they will go ahead and punt that ball back. And on 1st and 10, man, I could go get him outside, but I didn't get him. He broke like 3 tackles to get outside and get nowhere. But on 3rd and 13, I absolutely got around that corner and got a sack, and boy, I about punched him. If he would have got up, he would have went to sleep because I'm telling you, that little hook would have connected. But on 3rd and 6, I was getting double teamed up, and this running back was absolutely trying to run the ball, but you wasn't getting anywhere on me, buddy. But on 4th, look at that, man. They kicked 3. Any team this year, man, you're not just driving down the field and just scoring on us. Because guess what? Collateral Damage Badookie is part of that defense. As we go on and get another sack, and man, he's feeling like Ray Lewis out there. And on 3rd and 19, he's splitting double teams, going to get sacks. I mean, when a player can split double teams, go get sacks, and I mean, just imagine what he'd do on a one-on-one. He's unstoppable, in my opinion. But on 3rd and 14, he was getting clamped up, but guess what? I'm just going to wait for the QB to scramble out. He got no one to throw it to, so guess what? That counts as a sack in my favor. But on 2nd and 7, bam, that's a big hit right there in that backfield. And on 3rd and 10, about reading it, oh man, he about had an interception, did a whole 360 and almost had it, but he didn't have it. But absolutely was clubbing over ripping, and this QB was just running that ball. But on 1st and 10, I came in that inside and said, guess what? I'm going to knock you to the ground. But on 1st and 10, I got thrown to the ground. I mean, hey man, after a while, I know you got to get tired of getting sacked so much, but guess what? I still, oh man, my teammate got down and I thought I got on the ball, but he ends the game off for 10 total tackles, 8 tackles were lost, and 4.5 sacks. But going into our next game against ranked number 12 Notre Dame, I'm not gonna lie, they're a ranked team and they're coming here to give us our first L, and that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, we won 10 straight. We're going undefeated this whole season, going to get boom. Oh man, I missed him in that backfield. I should have cleaned his clock, but we made him absolutely punt the ball. And man, I was coming to that quarterback, but every time I get to him, it's like he throw that ball. He's kind of scared of me, man. I'm getting double team up. The running back's toting that rock, but he's not getting any first downs. On 2nd and 9, I could and I would go get that sack, but absolutely on 2nd and 9, I overran the play, dove and still missed him, but my teammates would get him, man. I'm just not having a so good game this game, but still throwing him to that ground with bad intentions. But on 3rd and 13, we'll go get a assisted sack. I mean, hey man, that's what this kind of game was going to be, but I mean, I'm getting sent to the thirds, but they throw me right into the run. I mean, that's why you always follow the O-lineman. Even when they pull, you get right in that hip pocket and go make that play in the backfield. But on 2nd and 21, this is what you call splitting the double team and going to be a part of the play with your teammates to have some fun. I mean, you can't have no fun if it's only you. You go, you know what I'm saying? Go be a part of it. But we're going to win 22-0. He ends the game off for 9 total tackles and 3 sacks. Going into our next game against Boston College, we're in the snow, and I absolutely read the wrong player, and that was on me, man. I should have been a tackle for loss. And in this snow, man, it's kind of slippery out here. So, I mean, whoever falls. And if it's not going to be Collateral Damage Badookie, because I'm never getting pancaked. But just look how hawk him down. I mean, just imagine you having a nose guard, and he's running all the way down that field to make a play. That's what you call athleticism. And a player that just loves football, but they are kicking it from the logo. Are they out of their mind kicking it from the logo in the snow? I mean, what are they thinking? But absolutely, they're just driving down the field on us. It's 2nd and 10. I'm absolutely not in my gap, and he's absolutely getting down that field. But on 2nd and 4, I'm not going to lie, the center put hands to me. And when I say it hurt, it hurt. That's why you see my player didn't move anywhere. But on 2nd and 10, I absolutely just gave up on the play. They went down and scored. But on 2nd and 8, I'm just getting blocked up by the center. But my teammate saves me by getting an interception. I mean, hey, man, that was beautiful. But on 3rd and 8, I mean, I'm telling you, man, he was strapping me down all game. I didn't know what to do, but they kicked it from the logo again. And guess what, man? How did he make that? They made it. But on 1st and goal, look at that. They're double teaming me, but I said I had enough. I went to go get the sack on the QB. I mean, that might be my only stat, but hey, man, they're double teaming me, and I'm just not having a great game. They go in and score, but guess what? We didn't lose. We going to win 24-17, and guess what? We are going to the ACC Championship against Clemson. Going into the ACC Conference Championship. That is the main focus of this video, is to win this ACC Conference Championship and to win the National Championship. So we got to do that, man. But on 2nd and 8, it started off intense with a little tackle. Well, not a tackle for loss. They got like 3 yards. But whatever, you're putting the ball back, does now, as you can see. But on 1st and 10, I broke through the bando, and I mean, this running back hit that outside, and I'm not going to lie, my teammate knocked the wind out of him, but I mean, he was gone. But absolutely going to get a sack with my teammate. I say, hey, man, all right. Whew. But like I was saying, our intensity is outside of the roof, so let's keep that up at a high level. But absolutely, they were just running that ball down our throats. Absolutely, on 1st and goal, he runs it in for 6 and said this was his house for some reason. We are at the crib. This is our house. We got to protect our house. And on 2nd and 11, man, I'm at nose guard, absolutely bull rushing him. But I mean, have you ever seen a running back running that fast? I mean, he took off. Absolutely did so. And on 1st and 10, I said, you know what? This time I'm going to go get him myself since you linebackers can't catch him. But on 1st and 10, man, he absolutely just took the top off, and they will go down and score again. And on 1st and 10, I said, I can't lose. I don't want to lose. We lost in the 1st round last year, and this time, this is the ACC Conference Championship. They're going to score again, beat us 42-17, and we will lose once again in the game. ACC Championship. We didn't even make it to the playoffs this year, man. We're going to lose this game, and man, Collateral Damage Badookie, sophomore season stats. He absolutely had a great season, but man, he just don't know what to do. It's either going to transfer or he's going to come back to Pitt because he really think he can do it, but we just don't think these ACC teams are on our level, so I think we are just going to move to the SEC. Come back to find out. And Collateral Damage Badookie has made his return, and it's a return others may not like. And that was committing to Ole Miss. Absolutely having interceptions, sacks, and making big hits in that backfield. Who wouldn't want this D tackle? He was absolutely going to come in and take over the SEC. But let me give you the background story of how he got to Ole Miss. And let me tell you what happened. He absolutely balled out at Pitt for 2 seasons, having over 120 sacks and 3 interceptions. He just had enough of losing. We couldn't win a national championship there. So you know what he did? He entered that transfer portal and said it's going to be changed. And he absolutely committed to Ole Miss. And coach said, hey man, you're going to come here as a starter and you're going to turn this program around for all of us. And I said, you know what, coach? I got you. And just give me that number 32. I'm just going to rock a low number because I want to. But enough of the talking. Let's go ahead and break records this season because I'm going to the NFL next year. Let's get into it. Going into our first game, I thought it was kind of cool to touch the statue before we go out. It said never quit. So you know what I was going to do? I was going to go out here and never quit. Throwing that QB on the ground. That's how you club over rip on that guard and absolutely hit the quarterback and shuts the crowd and rock the baby to sleep. I absolutely dipped and rip on this guard again, and he's going to have trouble because I'm absolutely coming with bad intentions, but I absolutely get pancaked on that play right there. But on 3rd and 6, I absolutely stay relentless, split the double team, and got the assistant tackle with my teammate, but I fell on the ground and I missed the sack. That's how you get back up and stay relentless, but I missed it. Come on, baby. I can't be making routine plays like that. That's leaving money out there. But on 3rd and 9, I absolutely went and got a sack and got it back. But on 2nd and 17, that's how you split the double team and get another one. Absolutely winning 27-3. He had a monster player of the game with 4 total tackles and 5 sacks. Went into our next game against Charlotte. That's how you dip and rip, get off the block and absolutely meet him in the back. Bam! Absolutely. Do the same thing 2 plays in a row. Absolutely getting on this center. I mean, absolutely absolutely wasn't in my gap, and that's why the QB was able to step up and take off like he did. So I gotta stay in my gap like that and press the point of attack and go get the QB like I just did. But I can't get reach block like that. I got pushed all the way out of the play. And look at that, man. He reach blocked me again. That's a great block there from 71. But on 1st and 10, I'm gonna dip and rip, and you're gonna have to stop me for the rest of the game because my teammates are rallying the ball. You got me coming bamming you all night. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Absolutely tried to spin move and got thrown out of the club, but my teammates will go get him. I absolutely try to dip and rip and get thrown out of the club again, and I don't know what's going on with Collateral Damage Badookie, but he finally comes alive with a sack. We going to win 30-0, and I end the game off absolutely with 8 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 6 tackles for loss. Going into our next game against the USC Trojans was going to be a great game. Reading the screen early on in the game, I absolutely said I was going to take that thing all the way to the crib, and just imagine a D tackle intercepting you just like that. I mean, that's great physical. I mean, just the what do you call it? The eye coordination of that D tackle. He absolutely just did it. Absolutely made a hit on his QB and absolutely made him fumble, and he picked it up, man. He hold that chain up and said he's him. Collateral Damage Badookie is a dog, absolutely rolling out of that pocket. I hit him again and made that boy fumble. What is wrong with him? On 3rd and 1, I pulled him in while I was punching for that ball. But on 3rd and 20, I hit him with a spin move and said, I'm going to get to that QB with bad intentions, and we going to win 36-0. He gets player of the game with 6 total tackles and 6 sacks. Going into our next game against Texas, I had a 2-way go. I hit him with the inside, swiped out, and went to go get that quarterback with bad intentions. Spin move. You're like, how's he doing that at 400 pounds? Because he's slippery. Collateral Damage Badookie. He's absolutely going to be in your backfield all night, helping his teammates go. But coach threw me at linebacker, and I said, I'm coming in hot. Absolutely did so. But on 3rd and 9, I dipped and ripped, and absolutely this quarterback was running, and I said, I'm going to try to go get to him, but I didn't get him. But on 3rd and 4, I was getting blocked up. I had the B-gap containment. Hey, nothing was coming up my B-gap, so I dipped and ripped and missed him. Absolutely got back up, and guess what? My teammate was there to take my sack. That's on me. Bam! Hit him in that backfield. You're going to feel me all night. But on 2nd and 11, that's how you split a double team, and I'm coming to punch every time I get a chance to, because when I get that ball, it's coming out for sure. I'm going to get a turnover for my team. Bam! That's like the one from earlier. Booming him. He's going to feel me all night. But on 1st and 10, I tried to get the QB again, but I wanted a sack. We going to win 14-0, and I end the game off with 10 total tackles. Went into our next game against SMU. When they pull like that, bam! That's how you meet them in that backfield and hit that running back as hard as you can, looking like Lawrence Taylor with the sack out there. The next play, diving for sacks. I go get another sack. I'm not here to play, but on 2nd and 16, I was trying to bull rush him, but he outside got me inside like that, and he was just chopping. I couldn't get off of him, but they absolutely had the QB scramble on that one. 1st and 10, hitting my landmarks. Bam! You shouldn't even ran in that hole. The running back, he absolutely failed me on that one, hitting his QB again. I put him out for the game. We going to win 29-0. I end the game off with 9 total tackles and 4 sacks. On into our next game against the Tennessee Vols. That's how you be a run stuffer. Absolutely get him at the point of attack before he even gets started and go get a sack on the QB. And when he gets up slow like that, you have the whole offense to yourself. Absolutely. Bam! Absolutely didn't boom him. He gave it to me. Hey, yo. And you want to talk about shortening the quarterback's neck? I absolutely could have shortened his neck. But on 3rd and 11, I was getting blocked up, but my teammates absolutely rallied to the ball, got the safety, and on 1st and 10, I broke through that middle and said, I went bad intentions, I'm going to go get him. But on 2nd and 24, I went to go get the 0.5 sack with my teammate, and on 1st and 10, met him in that backfield for a tackle for loss. And on 3rd and 4, I got knocked out of my gap, and this running back absolutely took it right up my gap. You know what that means? That resulted in a pretty big game, but absolutely trying to get to the QB. The DB said there's no fly zone. Oh, man, a club over a rep. That was nasty. Spin move. Absolutely said I was going to stay relentless and get another sack. And on 1st and 10, I pulled him, and man, I had an interception. Stay relentless trying to get to that ball with my teammates. And on 1st and 10, I tried to bull rush, and fellas, bull rush is not always it. It could get you on the ground sometimes, just like me. I got pancaked. But on 2nd and 15, I said, guess what? I knocked that ball out for my teammates, and they will get it. We're going to win 31-3. And guess what? He gets player of the game with 6 tackles and 5 sacks. Going into our next game against those Auburn War Eagles, splitting the double team. My teammate tried to get it, but I said, no, it's all mine. I want that solo tackle, and absolutely got a tackle for loss the next play. And on 2nd and 11, I said, I'm going to meet you in the backfield. My teammate made him fumble, but somehow, some way, this old lineman got back on it, and I was going to go hit him. Absolutely. But on 3rd and 22, I was coming in hot and threw that quarterback to the ground. When you rattle your quarterback, oh, man, I absolutely got pancaked. But when you rattle their quarterback, the game is already over. We hit him again, and on 1st and 10, meeting him in that middle, this running back, you're going nowhere. I'm a run stuffer plus a pass rusher plus anything that you want me to be. And I'm going to keep coming. Oh, man, spin move. That was nasty. Had that dude leaning forward. That's what a lineman looks like when he has no knee bend and he lunges out. All you got to do is pull him and run through him like that. And on 3rd and 17, my teammate made him fumble, but man, I tried to get on that ball and he absolutely recovered it. But on 3rd and 22, splitting that double team again, I told you I'm going to come punch that ball as much as I can, punch it out, and I'm going to make a turnover every chance that I get. And look, that ball was coming around. That ball punched that thing. Yes, sir. With the score being 34-7, I said, let's have a little bit of fun and pull out some of my pass rush moves. So I swim moved on him and absolutely got the sack. We win 34-7. He ends the game off with 4 total tackles and 5 sacks. Going into our next game against Texas A&M, I got off the ball too slow. He absolutely pulled. I was supposed to be in his hip pocket, hitting him in the backfield, but hey, I still made the play, but absolutely got a sack the next play. And on 3rd and 12, I hit the quarterback, and the cornerback was on it too. We were absolutely good in the back end and the front end. We are not playing. But on 1st and 10, I hit him with a spin move and said, you're not running from no one. I got another sack, and on 1st and 10, I had a lucky call, and it was beautiful, coach. Great call up. I went straight to the quarterback and absolutely got a tackle for loss. And on 3rd and 12, I was getting blocked up, so I said, you know what? Just run outside, because bam, I'm away for you. But on 1st and 10, I was trying to dip and rip, and yeah, they're double teaming me now. They know Collateral Damage name. I mean, they should have been doing it, but they know it now. We going to win 3-0. Wow. On to our next game against Missouri, we had a layer boom call. That's absolutely a great call, coach. And on 3rd and 10, we had a stunt going on, and my teammate got to him. And guess what? I dipped and ripped and said I was going to stay relentless to get to that quarterback. And when I told you, man, when you rattle the quarterback, the game is already over. You see how slow he's getting up? He's scared. Absolutely scooping in him, duping him. Oh, man. But on 3rd and 15, guess what? We all were a part of that one. Yeah, 0.5 me on that sack. But hey, I got that one myself and pulled him and got to him with bad intentions. But guess what? He was just sitting in that pocket like he had all day, so I just went to go put him down. But on 1st and 10, I was stuck. I'm not going to lie. But he absolutely ran and slid. That's what you better do. I hit him with a spin move the running back, and he just threw the ball. We going to win another game, man. 23-0. What a great game. Went into our next game against Alabama, fellas. This right here cannot happen. My back is turned, and the play is going the other way. What am I doing? Collateral Damage, you better get it together. I don't care, Alabama, Crimson Tide, Bama, Roll Tide. I don't care who Bama is. We better wake up. And I absolutely said, what? I'm going to wake up and miss the whole sack. But hey, man, this dude picked it back up, and I still tried to get him and didn't get him. But on 1st and 10, I said, I'm going to come with bad intentions and get that quarterback as I did. And on 3rd and 16, they just threw me to the ground. I got back up, and man, these must have been grown man. These are not lesser man. I guess I'm the lesser man today. But hey, I got him in that backfield for a tackle for loss. And on 3rd and 15, I didn't know what to do, so I tried to hit him, and his QB was running, man, and I let him get the first down. That's on me, but not really, because the defensive end didn't have outside containment, so it's not all my fault. But bam, cleaning his clock. Yes, I did so. And on 2nd and 19, he rolled out of that pocket again, and I hit him. I said, you gonna learn your lesson, son. And on 1st and 10, I came straight up that middle and got him with my teammates. And on 3rd and 14, I was strapped up, not gonna lie, but guess what? I had outside containment, because what is the DN doing? He needs to have outside containment as I come straight up that middle again. And yeah, that's how you want the QB to look. We're going to win 31-0. Going into our next game against Georgia State. This is what every coach is looking for, to split those double teams just like that and just get to that ball with bad intentions. But I didn't make the play both plays, but I'm splitting these double teams. They're not pushing me back, nor are they put me on that ground, but that's how you hit them and make them fumble that ball. Yes, sir, Collateral Damage. Yeah, he's going to cause damage all night, but absolutely not getting to that ball. The DBs played their coverage, and man, I'm just trying to rally to the ball. I only got one tackle right now, but guess what? I'm club over ripping to get into that quarterback with an assisted tackle, and I'm just crawling, but absolutely being 29-0. I don't know what I was doing. I was running in no man's land as we strapped them up, but on 2nd and 4, I absolutely split the double team and got the sack, and on 2nd and 7, guess what? Another sack, and on 2nd and 10, guess what? Oh man, I missed them. If I wouldn't have dove and just ran through with my feet, I would have had another sack, but guess what? I get another one, and absolutely put the shark fin on. We going to win 29-0. I ended game off with 9 total tackles and 4 sacks. Into our next game against Mississippi State, I got reached blocking. It's not too bad, but hey, I was still relentless to the ball. And on 2nd and 5, I was trying to get to him, but my teammates got to him too quick. But on 3rd and 6, hey man, we was fumbling the ball, and that thing just kept moving, and I tried to get it, but my teammates hopped on it. But on 1st and 10, getting my first tackle of the game, I was fired up. And on 3rd and 10, hey man, that's what you call a stack check on me, Larry, and he comes off of that edge, and that's what the safety did, and absolutely got him a sack. But on 2nd and 10, bam, in the backfield. But on 2nd and 24, I hit him with a spin move, and I said, said I could and I would go get him and I would do so. And on 1st and 10, man, he was strapping me up and man, I said, guess what? Bam! Yeah, you better slide because I was going to hurt you, but we going to win 28-0. I didn't get him off for 4 total tackles. And if you want me to be honest, I had a trash game, bro. So after all the winning we've been doing, we've gotten invited to the SEC Conference Championship, man. And it was against those Georgia Bulldogs. So guess what? We was going to go out and handle business. On 3rd and 6, I absolutely pulled him and I said I was going to go get him with bad intentions early on in the game and made them boys punt that ball back. On 1st and 10, yeah, I met him in the hole and he couldn't go nowhere. Absolutely tried to run, but you can't run from me. And on 3rd and 6, guess what? I got him with one hand and absolutely had him on the ground begging for help. Yes, sir. It's going to be a hard game for you because I'm coming. Absolutely coming. And on 2nd and 3, I almost had an interception, but I tipped the ball. Man, you got to catch it. Come on, Collateral. But they absolutely go down and score. That was too much for me. We ran a stunt and I said, I'm going to go get him and miss the tackle. So guess what? My teammate got it. And on 3rd and 9, I split the double team and I said, I'm going to go get an assistant, but I kind of want my own. And on 1st and 10, I read this play like a book and man, my teammate took the tackle from me. But on 1st and 10, I was coming up that middle, missed the tackle again, and number 90 took it. And on 4th and 22, I got thrown out of the club, but we were up 17-19 and we would go win 17-19 and win the SEC Conference Championship. After winning another game, we got invited to the Orange Bowl, and that was the next round of this bracket. And guess who we were going against? Notre Dame. It's time to put them to an end. We're going to go get that national championship. But on 2nd and 6, yes, sir, that was a great play from Collateral Damage Badookie. Push pull, oh man, swim move, absolutely, and get to him and rocking the baby to sleep. On 1st and 10, I'm going to get to that QB and I'm going to hurt him. And on 2nd and 16, bam, yeah, you're going to feel me. But on 3rd and 21, I wanted the interception. I didn't even want the hit. But on 3rd and 5, they were double teaming me, so I said, I'm going to wait for you to run out the pocket. But guess what, buddy? My teammate got to you before I did. But we get the 4th and 1 stop. And on 1st and 10, I absolutely stayed in my gap and bammed him. Hey, that's as simple as it gets. But man, look at it. Bam! Yes, sir. Absolutely hitting them. And we going to win the Orange Bowl that easy. We're advancing to that next round. I get player of the game with 2 total tackles and 3 sacks. Well. Next up, after winning that great game, we were advancing to the semifinal round, the Rose Bowl game against Michigan. It's time to put them to an end. And on 2nd and 8, I tried to get to him, but I'm not going to lie. This quarterback had like quick draw on Hall of Fame. Because, I mean, hey, as soon as I got there, that ball was gone. But on 2nd and 15, I said, no, I'm going to get to him and absolutely sacked him. Yes, sir. Look at that, man. The first sack of the game. The ball thought it was going to get away from me, but no, it can't. When I dive at you, I'm going to absolutely punch you up. But on 1st and 10, I absolutely had outside containment, and I wasn't going to give up on this play. Bam! I tried to hit him, but he went down. But on 3rd and 1, I went to go get another sack. I'm not here to play with them. Look at that, man. You shouldn't have did that, buddy. You should have called off the play action. Absolutely. When you have a player like Collateral Damage Badookie, you want to get that ball out of there as soon as you can. But on 3rd and 1, stuffing that ball, man, we're having a great game. On 1st and 10, I'm going to go get him with bad intentions as I do so. And don't get it messed up. You can't run the ball on me either. So yeah. There's nothing to say there. Yeah. Let's go win this ball game, but I get pancaked, and that's the most disrespectful thing that could have ever happened. I mean, what was going on, man? I go get a second safety to redeem myself and say, Badookie, we went 5-0, and guess what, fellas? We are headed to the national championship. We have done it. After all these years of trying to do it with Pitt, we're going to go beat Kansas State in this national championship. Went into the national championship game against Kansas State. Bam! That's how you meet them in that backfield and show them who you are. On 2nd and 13th, I was diving for no air, but guess what, man? It's the national championship game, so I don't care what I'm out there doing. I'm just here to play, but man, getting a tackle for loss, I'm absolutely intense out there. On 3rd and 8, I clubbed over a rip and said, you're not gonna run from me because we're coming. On 3rd and 14, he tried to run, and I went to go hit him again, and man, coach took me out of the game. We were blowing them out. We are national champions, something I couldn't do at Pitt for 2 years, so I transferred to Ole Miss, and we finally did it. Man, I get player of the year. Also win Heisman. That's all you need to see right there. Fellas, making it a pro day, Collateral Damage Badookie was kind of scared because he lost a lot of weight, but he was still a dog. But absolutely making it to the NFL draft, man, this was a dream come true. And they called my phone. It was the Cleveland Browns. And he said, it's coach. And he said, we want you in Cleveland. And I said, coach, I'm ready. So as you see, he went up and said, the Cleveland Browns will select. And I was so fired up, man. Collateral Damage Badookie is going to the Cleveland Browns, and he's going to change the whole program. But absolutely signing this contract. I had a $6.84 million deal for 4 years. I'm absolutely gonna go insane. But drop in the comments down below if you enjoy his collateral damage college football career, but now it's time for the NFL.